All right, folks, it was an epic day. Wednesday the 19th, all +1, 19 is +1. Wednesday the 4th day, +1, 10th month, +1. To the glory of the Father, a totally historic day. And Chipotle was so loaded, it was ridiculous. I'm going to just preach quickly and just hit off as much as possible in a journal. It's an awesome memory fest and pure, gorgeous +1s for Father like crazy. So, Chipotle, you got to be kidding me. So, listen to all the +1s that I saw in there. You got to be kidding me. So, okay. Maximum occupancy, 46. God is sovereign over everything. Maximum occupancy, 46. An obvious +1, Father's on top. Maximum is +1. Black hat was a word I got from the Lord. Black equals hat adds to Father perfectly, and that's what they're wearing inside Chipotle, because Father is on top. That was a word from the Lord. This was hilarious. From 10:45 in the morning, it's open, and 10 till 10 o'clock at night. Well, both numbers are +1. +1 here, +1 there for Father. Okay. Today, Wednesday the 19th. So Chipotle is +1 for Father. And then I got a whole bunch of words from the Lord that are +1. So workers, employees, servants, servers, and well, of course, persons, humans. For the people who are working there, all these are +1s. Oh man. Smile equals Father. Overwhelming. So burrito. This was mind-blowing, finding Father and burrito. It jumped out at me like a truck. Perfect bookends. Later on, when I went to Costco, I felt I was led to find Father in the bookends in lighting, because lighting is on top. I was looking up and seeing what's on top. Lighting is on top in any building. And then, of course, that's paralleled with lightning. You just say keep Father bookends. 58 Father. Perfect bookending. And lighting and lightning for Father. And then every item that you could get a burrito. It was just overwhelming. Burrito bowl, tacos. Tacos equals Father, and the last one is salad +1. Overwhelming. I had Nestea plus water. Both are +1 for Father, and I do a blend. They differ by 3. It's just glaring. The whole party shut down at 7 p.m. It was a pre-open house party, shut down at 7 p.m. +1. And I stayed for much of it, and I was writing a whole bunch of things down on my phone. I had a conversation with Benjamin. To me, the coolest revelation of all, outside of the names for the people working, is that they were all wearing black hats. And I've had this word before, but it just came to me in the Holy Ghost. And all of them had the number 13 on them. I don't know why, but they had a white number 13 on them +1. Well, I do know why. It's for the glory of the Father. But black equals 29 equals hat. Black hat equals Father perfectly. And structurally, both of these words have the 2 + 2s in the bookends. What's amazing, the TH at the end of hat go into the center of Father. Okay, and then an A is at the center of both of these words. And then these are the 2 letters that divide by 3. So very flawless design for Father, black hat. And that was a word I got from the Lord while sitting in there, because all the employees at Chipotle wear a black hat. And Father is on top. Okay, black hat equals Father. And then the grill, I look to the back. Grill equals Father, Mexican grill, Chipotle. And from the top of the grill, there's steam all the time. Well, steam equals Father equals grill. I myself got a bowl, steak bowl, so cool. And then I had other words from the Lord come to me. They're patrons and guests. The people coming in are also +1. Those differ by 12, very obvious correlation. I was solving everything. And of course, there's all these bags of chips, just on the wall, tons of them. So Chipotle +1, Mexican grill +1, grill equals Father. He gets the last word. Wow, 52, cool. But chips, of course, is +1, written on the bag itself. Receipt, of course, what you get at the end +1, but it was all free +1. Freeze at the center of Father, 34. By way of review in the sovereignty of God, I am 34 years old. My name is Derek, +1, and this is for the glory of the Father that all these revelations are coming in this 34 plus 1 year of my life. 34 is at the dead center of Father. This is all taking place in Langley, which is +1. And I had a great conversation with Benjamin. I'm always fascinated who God ordains to come into my life. That makes a beautiful three-fest there. Derek plus Benjamin, we hit it off right away. My name is Benjamin, parallels Jesus and Christ flawlessly. Derek parallels Father perfectly, and we had a rip-roaring awesome conversation. But I made a ton of notes on a text message, which I can just rip through here. And a massive flood from the Lord. And there's a ton of precious gems in here, so I'm happy to make a video because this can be edited and cut, and but it needs to be spoken with the living voice to the glory of God for the first time. So I had the word mayor come to me, okay, while I was sitting there, because mayor ends in Father. Bang, okay. And we need good Christian mayors, okay. Mayor ends in Father. Black hat was my favorite gem because that's on top. That's what the Chipotle employees wear, is a black hat, and black hat equals Father. If you talk about a black top hat, that's great because then you add more threes to the party, so black top hat is great, but black hat equals Father. And then so I'm going to rattle off some other words I got from the Lord while sitting there. Man, I wish this phone wouldn't keep turning off. I wonder if there's a way to just, because I just want to prevent it from turning off all the time. Menu, like going into power save mode. What? I don't know. Seems kind of weak. Okay, whatever. I'll just keep going at it with whatever it is. Okay. So, now I gotta scroll back up again. Come on. Okay, so let's rip through some of these and preach and let it sink into our soul. So, assembly line was a word that I had come to me while sitting there. And of course, assembly line is +1 because assembly divides by 3, and a line is +1. Father gets the last word. Beautiful offsets of 6 from Father, no less. And assembly line, from what I call it, was really mastered by Henry Ford, and Henry and Ford are both +1 for Father. Okay, and just one example. And then, as I was watching, I was looking around this restaurant, and words of an assembly table. Okay, table is +1, just like the word line. In fact, they equal each other. Okay, so an assembly line, an assembly table. When they're at a restaurant, okay, line equals table. +1 for Father. That was so funny that I couldn't believe it. Everything was screaming out +1 in this store. From the moment I walked in, I recognized the opening time, like I said, was 10 a.m. to 10:45. I mean, what store opens at 10:45 a.m. and closes at 10 p.m.? Okay? That's so cool because 10:45, these digits add to 9, and 1 is the 1 bonus. This is +1, and this is +1, with a single digit being 1. And God was just having my eyes open to all this all the time because I know what's going on. And so maximum occupancy. Oh yeah, how did I get in there? And the girl, the doorkeeper by the way is +1, said, do you have an invite? And I said yes, and that's how you got into this pre-opening party. Tomorrow's the official grand opening, but this was for a pre-invite. So she said, do you have an invite? Well, invite is of course short for invitation, and both are +1 for Father, with the number of +2s exceeding the number of +1s by 2 exactly. And I said yes, and that's how you get in to the glory of the Father. Invite, invitation. What other words? Oh yeah, I found Father is on the end of birthday, a massive find, right on the end, and gorgeously so. There's your 28 at the center, and there's your 30 points flanking. Father is on the end of the famous word birthday. So Father gets the last word, and that word came to me just while listening to guests talk about someone's birthday. And then Father is on the end of the word ingredients. Okay, as I looked around the restaurant, and I saw them assembling obviously burritos for people. Well, it's all about the ingredients. And then of course the word condiments. Condiments goes on top. Okay, Father's on top. Father gets the last word. The ENTS at the end of elements equals Father. Black hat was incredible. Oh yeah, seats, servers. I couldn't believe that I couldn't believe that every worker was wearing a black hat that had the number 13 on it. So black hat equals Father, and 13 is +1. You're just like, this is crazy. And then they also have a black shirt. So black hat and black shirt are gorgeous +1s. What else did I get there? There was, oh my gosh, the girl that was first in line that greeted me and all the customers, she had the most beautiful smile of all time. I was like, she is so beautiful. But she was absolutely gorgeous, and she had the most beautiful smile of all time. Perfectly beautiful teeth, perfectly spaced, gorgeous face, absolutely beautiful. Let's see, so smile equals Father. That struck me big time, equals teeth, okay? I have always loved seeing people with perfect teeth, especially when they smile, have a beautiful smile. That's a big one for me. Let's see, and then yeah, I got a flood of words for all the people working there. Workers, employees, servants, servers, are all +1 for Father. Persons, peoples, humans, and you can say co-workers as well. And that'll keep the 3s going. And then I got the word apron for the first time. Just looking around, sitting there with the Lord. Apron equals 64 +1 for Father. Oh yeah, at the end of the store is where you finish your food is the big words pickup, which of course is +1 for Father. And that's where you actually pick up your food. It's everyone's favorite place. It's the last word basically, pick up. And never forget, receipt is the final thing in that any purchase and receipt. Oh my gosh, receipt equals pickup. Well, there's a big confirmation for you. And I had another gem when I was talking to Benjamin. He mentioned the number 13. He said, yeah, you have to have exactly 13 workers at a restaurant in Canada if you want to, you can't have a dedicated dishwasher unless you have at least 13 workers on site. Just obvious like numbers that just coming to me in conversation that I recognize as being +1 that God is screaming out to me like all the time. So pick up, receipt, obvious, gotta just +1s there. Oh yeah, and so then I'm reading the cup. Of course, cup is +1. And they have the history on it here. Well, this is really crazy because it was founded in 1999, which is one of the coolest numbers for +1 because it's 1 followed by 999. And furthermore, it was founded by a man called Stephen, and so Stephen Els, I believe that's his full name. A lot of famous Stephens that were founders, but I can just confirm that on I'm sure he was born Stephen. He's the CEO of Chipotle. Now it says 1993. Well, that's also +1. I'm assuming his first name was Stephen. Huh. Anywho. The years that was founded and all that stuff are gorgeous +1s. I might do some research on that later. What else did I scoop up in this fine place? Oh yeah, this was hilarious. Every single item on the menu is priced at $8.95 here in Canada. Well, that's a gorgeous +1 because $8.95 equals 22, which is a famous +1. Okay. I'm just like, and there's 6 of them. It's like $8.95, $8.95, $8.95. The 3 digits added 22, which is an obvious +1. What else? Oh, this was funny. Would you like black or pinto beans? This is so funny. Okay, because the word bean is Father, but pinto and black both parallel Jesus flawlessly. In fact, pinto equals Jesus. Actually, they parallel Christ in their design. And then together with beans, burrito, tacos, teamwork. Okay, what is Reynolds 721? There was so much stuff in there. It was ridiculous. Oh yeah, the cutting board, we saw light best. The staff. Okay, this is pretty overwhelming. In the moment when God speaks to you and all this is coming to you, it's just like your brain is on fire. So I don't even know if I'm going to relate a whole lot more of what I did solve. But it was definitely confirming to everything I've been getting up until now, no less. And then after that, I went on a crazy treasure hunt in Costco, of all places. And I'll just share a few of these words here. Induction is the new hot means of heating pots and pans on the stove, and that's a gorgeous +1 for Father. And it's just right at the center there, and then this is +1, perfectly parallels Father, and it's designed 3 + 2 is a single +1, and the rest of the letters divide by 3. Oh yeah, this was awesome. Man, there's so much glory there. When I was looking at a chair there, an executive office chair, all these words came to me that are +1. You have a headrest, and I solved these ones before, but I got a few bonus. You have what's on top, the headrest, the armrest, the backrest, and then I got 2 other words come to me. Then you have the footrest, ideally, and if you are in a hospital bed or something, they also have like a knee rest. But all of these are +1. Oh, sorry, headrest, yeah, we solved that the other day. The overall offset isn't +1, but it's Father at the center of it. But backrest, armrest, footrest, footrest equals Holy Father. Footrest is actually the highest one. Ay caramba, there's so much here. It's hard for me to know what to stop and mention. Lighting was awesome, finding Father in lighting. And then a mat and a rug, the base. Multi-grain. Oh yeah, produce was a huge gem. And then shower head is on top, because Father's on top. And then produce hit me like a truck, like as in the produce section, where all the fruits and vegetables are. But it's just so gorgeous in its design for Father. Center letters differ by 24, okay? Pushing out, it's so glaring, because all these letters in here divide by 3. They can join whatever team they want, and then the bookends, PE makes 21. What struck me the most is that 21 bookends is then paralleled with this. I'm going to actually change these to gold like this. Is then paralleled with this RC, which also equals 21. Okay, so you ultimately get 42, which is a multiple of 6, just like FR is a multiple of 6, and then OU is 6 times 6, AE equals 6, and TH differs from D by 24 perfectly. So the produce section in any food or grocery store, any supermarket, is the most important section for people's sustainability. And so that's a gorgeous, flawless solve there for Father, produce. And then as I was looking up, at the building in Costco, all these words, what's on top? Oh, lighting we solved, bulb, socket, wire, pipe, girder. A limited edition, anything, edition, the last word is for Father. Flawless in its design. Wow, and then limited, oh yeah, is 72 divides by 6. Oh yeah, for the first time in my life I solved vacuum, like as in a vacuum cleaner. And then the word cleaner equals Father, but Father is on the end of the word vacuum. So vacuum cleaner has like a father double. So cleaner equals Father, and then I saw a Father on the end of vacuum. And this is really cool because you get the 24 and the 34, which are the bookends and center of Father respectively. And God has done this in many famous endings in English, like shun and ENTS, like the elements. And we did a bunch of ENTSs today, where they have the 34, okay, which is the dead center of Father, and then they also have the 24, which is the bookends of Father, okay, and that is exactly sitting there in the word vacuum. And I was looking at appliances, like a vacuum cleaner no less. So that was awesome to solve that one. and then Shaver, iRobot, just and then all these brands and inventions you can solve too. This was a cool one I never got before, but what's one of the last things someone will use in the bathroom? Oh, a hair dryer, or just a dryer, period, in laundry. So this is so cool. In laundry, you have a washer-dryer combo. Well, who gets the last word? Father does. Washer equals Jesus. And structurally in its design, it parallels Christ, with +2's exceeding +1's by 1, and the number of letters divides by 6. And then dryer is Father, offset, very smoking hot actually. And then you put them together and you always get a beautiful 3-fest, 12 times 12, washer and dryer. We say, well, who gets the last word? Father does. Dryer. Okay. And then you have a hair dryer. It's typically one of the last items that someone will use after, you know, when you go to a haircut, they'll pull out the hair dryer. You can also call it the blow dryer. But it ends in the word dryer. Blow is +1 as well. In fact, this is so cool because blow is -6 from Father, and dryer is +12 from Father. King offsets, and very obvious, isn't it? And then of course hair divides by 6. It's 6 times 6, so the offset from Father just gets jacked up in 6s. So there we just solved every hair dryer for the Father. It's pretty cool how Father's on top, and you think about, oh, a hair dryer. Well, you hold it on top of your head, and furthermore, it's the last thing. So Father saves the best for last, and he always gets the last word, and he's always on top. I mean, simple words. Man, I almost feel like I'm just racing through this for now, but you know, restrooms is an obvious Father, +1. And the more you look, the more you see. You know, you can study this, but just famous signs all over the world. Like this is while I'm treasure hunting in Costco wholesale. Pharmacy, an obvious +1. Oh yeah, this was a great gem I had just outside the store when I was exiting. I know this is going to blow your mind. Exit equals Father, but entrance parallels Christ. Okay, and these are the two famous signs on every store. Now in Walmart, you also have enter plus exit, which parallels the same thing. Enter parallels Christ, just like entrance parallels Christ. They also parallel Jesus, of course. In fact, they differ from 6s by Jesus. And then exit equals Father. So who gets the last word? Well, Father does, because it's exit. Okay, but Jesus perfectly parallels entrance and enter. So put the two together, as you have in double doors in stores all over the universe, and you always get a beautiful 3-fest. Okay, they knit together and make beautiful 3s with all these interleaves of 3s. And but Father gets the last word. Very cool. They differ by 18. Not surprisingly, it's always offsets of 6 when you have related words, like enter differs from entrance by 6's 8, 18, 666, no less. In fact, it just injects these letters right there. Pretty obvious. But Father gets the last word. Exit equals Father. So that was fun. Oh yeah. And then warehouse hours. Costco is a warehouse. This, I had a really awesome revelation regarding the colors, because Costco is in red and then wholesale is in blue. And red, the color divides by 3, okay? And blue is the +1, which I am laying evidence for, that blue is the Father's favorite color. I mean, just look at the sky, just look at the ocean. And but the offset for Father is +1 in blue. And that is the color of wholesale, and Costco is in red. The word Costco divides by 3 just like red. And furthermore, they're both odd numbers. Like Costco is 75 and red is 27. And what's the difference between those two? 48, a multiple of 6. This is going to blow your mind. So there's a difference. So Costco is 48 higher, 27 to 75. Yes. Now this is really amazing, because it's a multiple of 6 difference between wholesale and blue, like the actual Costco logo. Okay, and this is confirmed by the fact, again, when they have a big gas station there that says Costco gasoline, and the word gasoline is +1, and it's written in blue, whereas Costco is written in red. And gasoline equals 82, and so the difference between 82 and 40 is exactly +42. Okay, So all of these differences between the word blue and gasoline is plus sixes. So the glory of the Trinity at large, in the name of the Father. Okay? But who gets the last word? Well, Father does, because it's Costco wholesale. And wholesale is written in blue. And the color blue, BLUE, equals 40 is plus 1 as well, just like wholesale. Wholesale is 100, blue is 40, both plus 1s for Father, and they differ by 60 perfectly. And that is confirmed by the fact that Costco is written in red, and the color red divides by 3, just like Costco. And they differ by 48, a multiple of 6, just like the blue and the wholesale. Okay, so all this to say, Father gets the last word, Father is on top. In my strong opinion, I conclude that blue is God's favorite color. Like, blue is actually the Father's favorite color. I mean, you look at the sky, you look at the Earth from outer space, it's not hard to draw that conclusion. Okay? There you go. That was such an awesome find, an awesome revelation there. And then you say true blue, you know, the famous phrase, oh, true blue. Obviously identical in their design. True is plus 6 from Father, blue is minus 18. So again, the sixes. And what else? Oh yeah, and then I had another revelation that given that there are 7 days of the week, that means day number 1 is, there are 3 plus 1s in any given week. Day number 1, day number 4, and day number 7. We are currently on a day number 4 because it's Wednesday, the 4th day. And I have been noting this for a while now. There's some very special things that, you know, I get these awesome plus 1 revelations on these particular days, but I just note that the first day of the week is Sunday, the weekend. And I had a revelation, of course, that weekend is plus 1 in its design. It equals water. Find Father, pop off a DE. And then the 4th day of the week is Wednesday, which is today, and the 19th, very famous plus 1. And then, of course, the 7th day of the week is Saturday. Okay? And so, the official 3 plus 1s of any given 7-day week for the glory of the Father. So what I'm saying is the Father takes the glory for the first of everything, 1, the first day of the week. And then he also collects the last day of the week, 7 plus 1. And he also gets the dead center day of the week, which is today, Wednesday. So Father gets the first day, the center day, and the last day. And he even made the last day special. And this parallels the 6 days of creation pattern, where what the work that God began on the first day, creating light, he completed on the 4th day when he created the bodies of light. And then 2nd day was completed day 5, and 3rd day was completed day 6. And with that understanding in your arsenal, that the Father owns the plus 1s, you can analyze what was created on those plus 1 days in the 6 days of creation and marvel at how they are the king items, if you will, to some degree. Not necessarily because man was created on the 6th day, but on the 7th day we are basically blessed to seek the Father and all that good stuff. So all that to say, and then the weekend is when so much love happens in this world. Like, that's when families get together, that's when fathers are home from work, and mothers, and everyone has time for each other, and it's just everyone looks forward to the weekend. Like, that's, for the most people, that's their happy time. And then long weekend is plus 1, just like the word weekend, okay, because long divides by 3, so it just keeps the 3s going. But it's all for Father, the name above all names. And so, but now I'm fascinated by Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, it's the dead center of the week, the 4th day, and God has ordained all these amazing plus 1s on this very famous Wednesday, these revelations. And so, Wednesday, and there's something, I always felt good about Wednesday. Like, when you, especially if you have a 9 to 5, like 5-day work week, there's something that feels fantastic about Wednesday. It's like, everyone's in the groove. I don't know, I'm paying attention to it now. So Sunday plus 1, Wednesday plus 1, Saturday plus 1 for Father. Okay. And you can even do the math on these letters. Wednesday is +1. Wow, Wednesday adds to 100 perfectly. King offset for Father. Saturday is also +1. Sunday, I know, divides by 3. So very curious. So I might even cast a little extra. God saves the best for last. I might even cast a little extra vote for Wednesday and Saturday being some of my favorite days of the week. Saturday is, of course, Sabbath, and it's 9 points higher than Wednesday, which is higher than the word Sunday. So Saturday is the official true Sabbath day, when you spend time seeking the Father, and so I would cast that as and then as you poke around, I would encourage you to, I wonder like how you can find, I'll bet you as you analyze this and find Father in it, you'll be amazed at what you find in Saturday and all this. Okay, so that was Revelation there. So cool. And then Father's on top, even in simple things like garbage lid, garbage bag. Lid and bag are on top. As I was also at Costco, oh, the carts ends in Father. Shopping carts. Father gets the last word. And then what's above? What's on top? Oh, a lamp post, also known as a lamp stand. So you just keep always looking up. Everywhere you go, you look up. And wow, those are gorgeous offsets. Everywhere you go, stand equals Father perfectly, and then post adds another like 12. But everywhere you go, you look up, and you just solve the highest things in your view. And that's what I do, and it's all screaming out Father. This was kind of a funny one. I'm like, every sign in the universe you can really pull together. That's amazing. Yeah, I remember, because the root of this is +1. It equals Father. All right. So cool. Produce is awesome. Faucet. Oh yeah, I liked cool gems like this. Like, I was getting a revelation. I mean, look at how the word faucet is basically parallel to Father in its design. But then the faucet handle is officially on top. Well, there you go, 100 perfectly. Faucet handle. Oh my gosh. So look at how Father is on top. You know, you have the faucet is the source of your water, which parallels Father. But look at this. Look at this. Look at how divine this is for Father. This is going to give you goosebumps, I hope. It's amazing just how pleasurable this is to see the perfection of all these things. So at the dead center of faucet handle, because there's 6 letters left and right, just like in Father. And look at the EAs. Like, look at the obvious of what God has ordained in faucet handle. Okay, and it's nice to see these things physically, because then you get to appreciate the beauty of them, and you're understanding what's on top. But look at that. So look at how flawless that is. And then, now look at the 6s. Like, this is going to blow your mind, how Father is on top, and Father owns the faucet handle. Okay, like when you go to the kitchen, or any restaurant, or any place where water comes out, it's coming out of a faucet. And then you have the faucet handle that controls the faucet. This is so cool. So look at how Father owns this. Look at this. So this UC is a multiple of 6. F equals 6. R is 666. ND is 666. L is 666. F equals 6. Same letter as Father, of course. And then the final AE equals another 6. And then the TH equals the center. Wow. So Father is clearly declared through faucet handle, which is on top. Like that's how you run, that's how you get your water going. Like when you have a shower or a bath, or you use your sink, your tap at your sink, by the way, tap is +1, like faucet handle is how that water starts flowing. So there's a gorgeous gem for Father. And so this is the kind of glory that we're seeing here, and perfection of all this. And the gold is so abundant, and it starts to get funny. Like, I was laughing like at how obvious it is. And then I went into the pet section, and of course, what happened when you're at the end of the day, your pet goes to bed. It's called a pet bed. And this is like flawless for Father. It's like the 2 center letters are the +2s that perfectly parallel the TH, differing by 6 again. And then this PE plus ED adds to 30, just like this adds to 30. It's like, hello, your cat has a pet bed. Well, thank the Father for it. And then there's like a pet brand called Bob Cat. I'm like, this is glaring. 3 plus 2 is a single plus 1. 2 letters that divide by 3. It's like, you know, of course, Bob Cat is a famous animal. It equals my name, Derek. But I have a fish shirt. It's called Bob the Fish. And I was led by God to call it Bob the Fish because Bob is plus 1, just like, you know, this. And then fish divides by 3. So Bob the Fish is plus 1, just like Bob Cat. And you're just like, okay, God is sovereign over all this. So let's see. And then I solved the fireplace. This is so cool. Who gets the last word? I love stuff like this because fire parallels Christ. And Jesus, of course. Place is Father, gets the last word. And so you put the two together, it's a happy, beautiful 3 fest. 3 times the third prime times the third prime and 9 letters and 9th prime strokes. It's always screaming 3s when you put Father and Jesus together. But Father gets the last word on the fireplace. Okay. What you should always do is put the word the in front, because now you have a 3, 4, 5 letter combo, and now that equals double. Oh my gosh, look at the fireplace. So the fireplace, I should show you something cool here. The fireplace equals double love. And how many people have fallen in love in front of the fireplace? Like, that's where all the kissing begins. That's where all the snuggling begins. That's where all the Christmas love begins. The fireplace, okay? Double love. But this is the craziest thing of all, and I've never seen this before, is that the hopscotch effect yields 2 loves. 2 equal teams, love, love, 54, 54. That means just like you take every second letter, put them on the same team, they equal the same numbers. That's just like the word breath and oxygen and nostrils. So that's a huge gem there. But who gets the last word on the fireplace? Well, Father does, because place is plus 1. Okay. This is really a 3, 2, 1 combo. And you could talk about it like this. The is the first word of the Holy Ghost, divides by 3. Fire, of course, parallels Jesus and Christ flawlessly. And then place parallels Father. So you just, but enough said. Enough said. Fireplace solved. It's just really amazing. A mat and a rug. Oh yeah, that one was awesome. Like, even things that are under your feet, like an exercise mat or a rug. Both of these are offsets of 6s from Father. That's minus 24. That's minus 12. Like, very obvious. Okay. It was just overwhelming. A shower head. Oh yeah, and then I was looking at a shower stall. And of course, what's on top? The shower head. What's at the bottom? Oh, the drain. You know, it's like Father is on drain equals rug. Okay, so you're putting the puzzle together and you're like, okay, Father, taking all the top and bottom. Shower caddy. Duracell is the king brand. Proof of purchase. It's looking at batteries. It's like, what's on top? Technically, the top, the punch out, the highest part of a battery is the positive terminal. Well, you know, positive is plus 1, and I believe negative is plus 2, parallels Christ. Well, who's typically on top when you say positive and negative? Well, you always say positive first. Or whatever. Positive is plus 1 for Father, negative is plus 2 for Jesus, positive is the higher value. Put the two together, and it makes a double of 99, pretty obvious. And yes, the name Gretzky is plus 1 for Father. Now you know why he was famous. I'm absolutely positive that God the Father owns everything. And you can all do the math on it yourselves. Okay. Ay caramba. So memory foam, back art. Then I bought some And One shoes later from Walmart, because And One is a great plus 1 glorifying brand. And 1, two of the best words in the universe to glorify Father. And 1. And that was from Walmart, which is plus 1. You're just like, okay, this has been Global Furniture, plus 1, no stick. So basically, and wow, okay. So you're solving, I was like solving things in the menu at Chipotle and all the keywords, but the pace at which this gets related to you is just so pleasurable in the spirit. Okay. Well. It's like the different meats at Chipotle are either grilled or shredded. You're just like, okay, there's so many words there. I'm going to take a break. We'll be back.